Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of What Brewing is my mission to zero. My name is Giampiero Frisio. I'm leading the electrification business in ABB, and today I'm here with Massimiliano Cifalitti, the head of Smart Power Division. Welcome.
Happy to be here.
And Massimiliano is our president of Smart Power Division, but he was also in charge and the factory manager of the Frosinone factory, our factory in Italy, where I'm very close to that one because I was part of that factory many years ago. So the What's Brewing is my mission to zero is also an intersection because what we are doing in our private life and what we are doing in our electrification business in order to reduce the CO2 emission. Let's introduce the main topic today, that is the zero waste to landfill. And for that, we're gonna introduce the factory in Frosinone, where it was the first platinum certified UL for the zero waste to landfill. But to talk about from the sustainability standpoint, let's tell us a little bit more about the factory.
Yes, Frosinone is an amazing factory. It's a center of excellence for low voltage industrial breakers. We produce there not the small breakers, but the big one. And we produce around 4 million of breakers per year. 2 years ago, ABB decided to do the first Capital Market Day in the factory, and they decided to do in Frosinone. So the team were super proud, and I think one of the outcome that was as a result of the Capital Market Day was of course, the great processes, the technology, the solution that we have on the market, but was also the great teamwork, the passion, the energy, and this empowerment of the team drive also a lot of activity on the sustainability part.
Yeah, and that's unbelievable. 4 million breakers, that's huge number, And let's talk about the sustainability. What is the activity down there for this topic?
No, in Frosinone, like in most of our factory around the world, we try to use the concept to measure, because what you can measure, you can improve. And we are using this in everything we do, from quality to sustainability. We are doing with supplier, with our internal processes, and with the customers. Is of course, as you said, Frosinone is part of the mission to zero activities of ABB, but was the first factory to be recognized by UL as a platinum level for the zero waste landfill.
Unbelievable, you are. But is the only one yet, or?
There is a great story behind this. It was the first, but it was self-certified at the beginning from the team. This was 3 years ago. And in Smart Power, we have a kind of internal competition, and it's an healthy internal competition where the team try to do always better than the others and to raise the bars. So when Frosinone came out with this zero waste landfill, then the team in China was saying what we can do more. And then they used the UL, let's say, third-party body that was independent to certify it, and they reached the gold level. And then when this message arrived to Frosinone, the people tried to do what we can do even more, and then they did the same, but they reached the platinum level. And so again, now also China is rising the bar, also added.
That's nice. I love it, this kind of competition and light competition among the teams. But in terms of recycling, how it works like at all, or is the...
It's much more complicated. There are 1,400 people in Frosinone. So you need to be very, let's say, careful. You have to train the people. In fact, we have in production more than 130 big bins where the people separate, really sort out all the material, and also need to be certified by a third-party body. You need to show with paper all the processes, where the material goes. So it's really a lot of work done. But
how much is the percentage?
It's more than 99% that the material is diverted from landfill.
Unbelievable, more than 99%, and so it looks like pretty complex thing, I cannot even imagine to do the same at home. I just remember when we changed at home the caps for the coffee machine from the aluminum to the plastic one, and I was particularly in panic where they are. I need to put those one because the coffee is inside. So if it was a little bit an idea, I love that, but 99% is unbelievable. So What are you doing at home? You are also recycling 99%.
It's a tough target, this one. But let's tell you a story that we normally do once per year in my family. We do what we call 5S at home. You know, the technique and the lean, where we try really to keep what we need and to really spread what we don't need, and to have a more efficient workshop. So what we do while per year, we try really to sort what we don't use, and there is very important then to split metal, plastic, cartoon boxes, whatever it is. And what I noticed that a few years ago, the main waste was plastic coming from top, because my kids were super young. Now I see a lot of clothes, and this is also part of education of the kids. They need to really to be careful to don't buy every move.
And thanks for the advice, because I have two daughters, so I need to use the same technique. I need to remember when I was in operation and start to use it at home. I'm sure that it will not be easy, but I will try at least. I think that one important thing is the fact that digging into the topic of the waste is very serious. Thank you. We are talking about the United Nations as telling us that we are spending more than $250 billion every year just to manage the waste. If you put on top of that all the other costs like the poor healthcare, the climate change, we can reach more than $600 billion of that we spend every year just to manage the waste. $600 billion I talk about. So it's huge, massive.
Big number, big number. And I think, Giampiero, we as individual or as a leader, we play an important role. And this is what I think that we need to do even more. If you think to Switzerland, they are doing a great job. It's now more than 25 years that they are not sending anymore in the landfill. So more than 99, around 100% of the waste are reverted from landfill. It's amazing. So, and let's say half of them is or recycled or composted, and half of them is really sent to the energy recovery.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And anyhow, it's important also to say that we were talking about the certification for example, the Frosinone factory. We got the platinum certification, but this kind of certification is non-mandatory. We just choose to do it because our people are so passionate about the environment, the sustainability, that are pushing us to do it, and they are working every day to do it. Right, that's really important.
It's true, Giampiero. We are not obliged, and so this is really a moment where we should say thank you for the thousands of people that are working on this project, because it's evident the benefit and the good things that we can do for the world.
Yeah, and we are certified already 15 factory around the world for electrification. We have the target to certify all the factory that we have around the world within 2030. This is our gift to the planet and our commitment that we are taking with all the people inside of our units. But we are talking also about the coffee in these sessions, and you have here a beautiful machine from Italy, because here we are in Bergamo. Let's hope that today the coffee is going to be better. Let's try, and let's see how it's going to be, and really hope that it's going to be a good one, because otherwise it's going to be problematic, or it's going to be embarrassing for us, the Italians. That's it. By the way, you saw what we have today. That's beautiful. So the new branding cup. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's better than the other times, actually. What are you going to rate it?
What do you think? Smell is good.
Yeah.
So I can rate 4.
Yeah, I think so. 4. I mean, really 5 is too much, but 4 is going to be a good one, and thanks God it's better. It's better than the other 2. So we're getting closer to the end of this episode. What is the one takeaway that you would like to leave?
Giampiero, this is an important point. I think that it's very important to define the purpose. And in fact, in Smart Power, we define our North Star. And in our North Star, we clearly define our commitment to net zero. And then it's important to empower the people and let the team go. And this is what our 17,000 people are doing every day in Smart Power. They are trying to really follow what we describe in our North Star, in our vision. So this is what they empower the team.
I fully agree with you. I mean, the people are the engine of any business, and they are the real driver. So thank you, Max, for joining me today. We are getting the end of this episode of What's Brewing. It's my mission to zero, and I hope that you enjoy. I think that this today it was a good one. I hope that we will receive some comments from all of you regarding the zero waste to landfill. I think it is an important topic, this one, in order to get and to give to our kids a better planet. And we're gonna see you next time for the next episode of What's Brewing. It's my mission to zero. Thank you so much.